Hey guys, AuspiciousAussie here, and welcome to episode 32 of The Road to Glory here with Kyle Adams. Now, as you can tell by the title, we need to have a talk because I've really been thinking about what is best for Summit Wrestling right now. And honestly, I think I've changed my mind. Now, what I'm thinking is we try and go to cult as fast as possible. The reason behind that is, once we get to cult, we can go on Canal DOS. As you can see here, a commercial TV network, very small in the Mid-South, Southwest, tiny in Puerto Rico, which doesn't matter. But then they're also medium, similar to La Red de la Lucha. Now, don't get me wrong, La Red de la Lucha is actually better. However, it does require 44D popularity in 3 regions. So that's pretty high. We'll essentially have it in 2 regions already by going cult. So, my thought process behind that is, if you look at Canal DOS, they do require cult company size. However, the minimum popularity is 0. So literally, to get on this station, all we have to do is reach cult. Now, once we reach cult here, get on this station, we will then have medium coverage in Mexico, which will then obviously lead to us getting 44D popularity in the northern region of Mexico. We can eventually change over, once we hit that popularity, to La Red de la Lucha, which was sort of the game plan previously, to be on this network. But obviously, with this strategy, we're avoiding going to Los Deportes Hoy, which means we don't actually have to run our shows in northern Mexico. Now, this might all be very confusing, but I have thought about it a lot, and it's probably going to be faster for us to just continue in the Southwest. Now, if we go to popularity, and there's another thing I need to show you about a potential pay-per-view broadcaster. But our popularity, so we're at 44 importance. We need over 47%, which we're roughly 3 importance away. Our importance is only 23 in the Southwest, which is perfectly fine. Obviously, we're about 24, maybe 25 importance away there. Which will give us about 50 popularity in the Southwest. We're probably going to need about 49 to 50 in the Mid-South as well. So once both of those hit about 50 popularity, we'll be a cult company. Now with cult, we can offer written contracts. Obviously, we can get a TV deal, a commercial TV deal that will give us a decent amount of income, especially if we decide to... If we're going to continue with the 8 weekly shows, we could essentially have 2 TV shows, possibly doing a brand split, and then going off of that. Don't really want to do that, and we might change the format back to just a weekly TV show with a pay-per-view at the end of the month. That's what I'm leaning towards, and honestly, I'm actually leaning towards it right now. And the reason behind that is, as you can see, the wrestling industry is falling at a 22E minus. We literally need, I think, an E plus to gain any more than 0.1 for every increase of popularity that we get for a show. Now, that's going to be incredibly slow as we try to get to cult. So what we want to do is we want to speed things up a bit, and we want to make sure that the game's going a little bit faster. Because we've been running 9 shows every month. What we could do, the start of next year, so the start of 2018, we could maybe just run 2 events a month in the Mid-South. Or maybe 1 in the Mid-South, 1 in the Southwest, just in order to maintain our popularity. And what that'll do is we'll be getting through 6 months within the space of 2 episodes, which is obviously beneficial for the economy to go back up, and of course for the wrestling industry to find the bottom and then to hopefully start rising up, so then we can push on and gain more popularity and get to cult. Now, the other thing with that is obviously another 6 months. We're 6 months closer to another end of year role, which could benefit Kyler just that little bit more. Now, with all this being said, if you look at Mexico, the economy and wrestling industry are both rising. So I'm so torn. I need your guys, I need your help. Leave a comment down below what you think is the best strategy. We could continue with the main strategy that I had previously, where we get 30 popularity in the Southwest, then we go to Northern Mexico, and we run our shows in Northern Mexico. As you can see, we would actually gain popularity faster in Northern Mexico than we will in the Southwest region, or any region in the US for that matter. So I'm not sure. It'll allow us to get onto Los Deportes Hoy, but at the same time, we're going to need more popularity in the long run, is basically what I'm saying. So we're going to have to grind up to 30 in Northern Mexico. We're still going to have to get to 30 popularity in the Southwest, which we're 5 points away from. So that in itself is going to take quite some time. I mean, 5 points, that's essentially 50 shows, basically. So that's going to be about 5 or 6 months on its own, with the way that the industry is right now. What we could do is go to Mexico, run 4 shows in Mexico, not worry about the Southwest because it's going to lose us money, and we could run our pay-per-view or our big event at the end of each month in the Mid-South, so we gain our finances and gain our money back from running in Mexico. I know I've just spat a lot of information out, but let me know what you think I should do. What do you think is the best sort of strategy all around? Because honestly, I'm a bit torn. I'm kind of leaning towards the idea of running 2 shows per month, one in the Mid-South, one in the Southwest. We'll get through 6 months, and then we'll have a look where the wrestling the wrestling industry is in 6 months' time. It could be at 0, could finally be starting to recover. We're just not going to really know unless we do it. Now, it could be a bit of a gamble, but again, 6 months' time, it's not really too bad. In regards to Kyler's development, he's sort of starting to cap out with the performance stats, as well as his entertainment skills as well. So it's an interesting one. Like I said, let me know what you think. Anyway, we're going to get into some shows. This is not going to be the end of year roll episode. That's going to be in the next one, as well as our big event, our season finale, the end of the year, end of the world, end of the year. Let's just call it end of the world. I kind of like that better. Just a bit of a mouthful saying end of the world year. And of course, it's the last month. It kind of makes more sense. Okay. So with that said, we already know what the main event for that show is going to be. It's going to be the rematch for Primus and Ernest. But yeah. Let's advance. Let's just get into it. Probably going to look to do maybe 4 or 5 shows for this episode. We'll just have to see how we go for time. I want to keep it about an hour for this episode. I think the last episode was about an hour and 20 minutes. And as you can see, I've done about 8 minutes of talking about popularity and TV networks and stuff like that. So, yeah. Anyway, we got Ralph Liotta there improving his behavior. We still have a lot of issues. Let's try Metal with Air Attack Weasel and Robin Delay again. Still no effect, unfortunately, but it is what it is. Now, do I want to run one show in the Mid-South again? I don't think I do. Let's just stay in the Southwest. Generic venue. And let's book it. Okay. Let's have No, we won't do that. Let's have Marv Statler take on Air Attack Weasel. We'll leave it blank as well. I'm not too fussed about the victor. I think they're both main eventers at the moment, so that's perfectly fine. Then we want a tag match for Kyler. Let's put Kyler with... I don't know who to put him with. I also forgot to get Scythe's picture. It's actually on my old computer, so I have to go start my old computer up and get it off there, which I obviously forgot to do. So yeah, but I will update that soon. I'll make sure. Now this is a promise. I will make sure I do it for the next episode because yeah, Evil Inc. is going to have a big match there as well. Yeah, they can actually take on the team of Full Force. So Thrill Seeker along with Kyler Adams. 10-minute match. Kyler to get the victory. We need a main event. Let's just go with Angel of Mercy. Do him and Primus have bad chemistry? I think they do. Yeah, they have negative chemistry. Okay, so we won't do that. Let's go with Sunny Wildside. For 20 minutes. These guys, I'm pretty sure they versed each other back in the day. They had a little bit of a storyline going when like Primus first came to the company. And it's going to be non-title. That's fine. And then finally, let's do another tag match. Let's make it a... No, we'll save that for the next show. Let's have the Odds take on Long Beach Mafia 3. Just a 9-minute match. Buster Cap can get the victory there. Alright, perfect. Let's go with a Primus Allen Menace angle. Of course, his popularity is absolutely ridiculous in this region. We want a Kyler and Thrill Seeker. And finally... No. Let's go with... I guess we'll just go with Mobstar and Buster Cap. Alright, so there we go. Our angles are sorted out now. I think we're gonna avoid the pre-show matches, at least for a little while, once that economy gets back up there. Yeah, let's run the show. Kicking things off with a 53 C-. We have Kyler Adams and Thrill Seeker with an angle together. Their match gets a 53 C- as well. Kyler Adams and Thrill Seeker defeating Full Force in 9:51 when Kyler defeated Giddy Yukato by pinfall with a K trigger. And a nice 58 in-ring from Kyler. Good stuff. Moving into a 59C, we have Air Attack Weasel defeating Marv Statler in 9:33 by pinfall with an Air Attack Ace. We also have Air Attack Weasel improving technical skills. We then go to a 67C+ rated angle from the Long Beach Mafia 3. Pretty good angle, actually. Their match gets a 58C-. We have Long Beach Mafia 3 defeating the Odds in 9:12 when Buster Cap defeated Harbin Gerard by pinfall with a Mafia kick. Yeah, not too bad. We then go into a 92A rated menace angle from Primus Allen, our North American champion. That's just what he does. It's what he does. And the match, the main event, gets a 73 B-. Really good main event there. We have Primus Allen defeating Sunny Wildside in 2016 by pinfall with a running power slam. 78 in ring performance from Primus. Let's end the show. We get a 57 C-, so a really, really good show. But like I said, unfortunately, it's probably only going to increase our popularity by 0.1 in the Southwest, which is, it's bad. It's really bad. So Giddy U wants some momentum. Well, he's going to get some momentum. Let me go to my shortlist, if I can find it. It is somewhere here. There it is. And let's grab, where is he? Minamitsu Senmatsu. I think it's time. We're gonna make the stable, because I do want them to verse Evil Inc. at the end of the world. So he's gonna be coming in. He's actually not too expensive either, and I really, really like the look of him. And of course, he's like a multiple-time champion in Japan. Bit of a badass as well. Alright, so $1,550. Like I said, that's not too bad. And he's pretty impressive. Really good menace there. That's so good. But he can even cut a promo on the mic once he learns English. Stamina's a little bit low, but I think he can still pull off a 20-minute singles match. As you can see, he's the GCG, so the Golden Canvas Openweight Champion, and the WE Warriors Heart Champion, which I think is their main title, if I'm not mistaken. Alright, so he's going to come in. He's not going to be here for the next show, probably. But that's perfectly fine. Let me just show you before we advance. I want to show you what I mean by the popularity increase and how small it is. So I'll show you the popularity here. So we're at 25.4 in the Southwest. So 25.4. Now we'll run this next show, and then I'll show you the popularity, and it will be 25.5 more than likely, and that's with a C- or a D+ show, which you would expect at least I think a C and above, I think, is a 0.5 increase, which is crazy. And then I think anything above a 35E+ and above is a 0.3 increase for a good show popularity increase, if that makes sense. Alright, so let's do some more meddling. Really just want to get rid of this Air Attack Weasel and Robin Delay. Yes, there we go. Perfect. Meddling success. Alright, now we've just got the Ards to look after. And of course, they have a dislike for each other at the moment. Which is bad. Very bad. Anyway, okay, so for tonight's main event, I think we're going to go a little bit different. Let's do a #1 contenders match. Devil's Disciples taking on Long Beach Mafia 3 in the main event. I think we'll put Primus on the show. Actually, we'll put Ernest on the show instead. We're going to leave it blank, as we want new #1 contenders for the end of the world. And I think both of those teams Actually, looking at it, I need Devil's Disciples, don't I? Okay, in that case, we're going to give Mobstar the victory. Because I've got plans for Devil's Disciples, so I don't really want them winning. What else? What else are we going to do? We need a Scythe match. So we'll have Scythe, Squash, Kid Fantastic, I think. 8-minute match. I mean, we can keep it open. We'll make it 9 minutes just because we've got the time, so it doesn't really matter. Then we need a Kyler Adams match. I think he can actually take on... Let's go with... I guess Air Attack Weasel. Again, it doesn't really matter who wins this one because Air Attack's actually a main eventer. And Kyler's only an upper mid-carder at the moment, unfortunately, but it is what it is. Then we'll go a 3-on-3 match. Let's have El Mitico, American Elemental 2, and Angel of Mercy. And they can take on the team of... Where is he? Ernest Youngman, Thrill Seeker, and Avalanche? Maybe Gidyu. Yeah, let's go Gidyu Kato. Hopefully just going to be like a really good match. I do want Ernest to get the victory though. Can we call? I think we can. Yeah, we definitely can. I think that's a really good match, actually. Alright, so let's do our angles. I want to go with Samael. And he can be joined by Devious Dr. Fang, but not going to be rated. Purely for the fact that I want it to be a good menace angle. Then let's do an Ernest Youngman angle by himself. I'm actually not going to script that. What's his entertainment stats? Yeah, I think it's good enough. Let's try him without a script. You know, it worked for Kyler, so that's fine. And then I think, well, realistically, I wanted to do a Scythe angle. Let me change those around. Actually, I think I want to... Let's bring this down a little bit. Yeah, so that can go there. And then we'll do... Reduce that back down to 8 minutes. And then we'll do a menace angle for Scythe. I think that sounds a bit better. And it should probably rate pretty well. Because Scythe is... He's over. Over enough. Okay. I like the show. Generic, yep, let's run it. So we started with a 71 C+ for Scythe's Menace Angle. His match gets a 48 D+. We have Scythe defeating Kid Fantastic in 7:58 by pinfall with an Underworld spike. Love that finisher. Real nice. We then go into a 68 C+ angle from Ernest. Apparently he improvised well, so... You know, lack of a script might actually help these guys. The ones that are good anyway. We then go into a 66 C+. And we have Ernest Youngman, Thrill Seeker, and Gidyu Kato defeating El Mitico Jr., American Elemental 2, and Angel of Mercy in 10:06, when Ernest defeated ML2 by pinfall with the hit. And yeah, Gidyu was the weak link with a 40 in-ring performance. A few worker improvements though. We got both Thrill Seeker and American Elemental 2 improving in performance skills, so beneficial match. We then go to a 65C, where we have Kyla Adams defeating Air Attack Weasel in 946 by pinfall with a K trigger. Yeah, really good in-ring from Air Attack Weasel there. 63 to 55 from Kyla. Probably deserved to win. It was random though, so you can't say I'm booking Kyla to the moon yet. We then go to a 64C rated menace angle for Devil's Disciples. And the main event does pretty well, 67C+. We have Long Beach Mafia 3 defeating Devil's Disciples in 2030, when Mobstar defeated Samael by pinfall with a flattener DDT. And yeah, Mobstar carried the match with a 69 in-ring performance there. Really good stuff. Few worker improvements as well. We got both Samael the Accuser and Mobstar both improving in technical skills as well. Alright, let's end the show. We get another C-. We get 53 C- for this show, so a little bit lower. But then again, we didn't use our boy Primus Allen. And of course, his ratings are pretty incredible. I mean, his popularity is just ridiculous. Oh, okay. Kurt Lovenkrantz offered a contract by North of the Border, and it's a written contract. They're stealing our referee that we have literally raised from a D+ to, I think he's close to a yeah, like a B+ almost. I think that's gone down. He was at 82. Oh no, he's actually gone up from an 80 to an 81. Absolute prick. Okay, well, looks like we're probably going to have to find a new referee. So I think we'll get on that straight away. Minamitsu Senmatsu coming in. Probably just going to call him Senmatsu. He doesn't have any popularity, does he? So he's probably going to be really low down the card. Probably going to be an opener, I would say. Yeah, I'll make him a lower mid-carder, but we're going to give him a couple of wins. And we're going to, well, we'll create the stable before the next show. At least with Lovenkrantz leaving, we're actually going to get rid of his morale issues, which is one out of a long list of people that are pretty upset. So that's good, in a way. So yeah, let's look for a referee, because I don't want to be stuck in a position where we're without a referee, because that would be pretty bad. Alright, so we've got Wilson Carlisle with a 75 B-, and Francis Long, who's got an 88 B+. He's going to be, I mean, we're really losing out with Lovenkrantz, man. He's only on like 725 per show. And this guy's going to be 1600. And Wilson, who's worse than Lovenkrantz, is going to be 1100 per show. Maybe if I'm wondering if we should go for like another sort of younger referee. Who's this guy? Alan Gray. He actually doesn't look too bad. 1,000 per show. Where has he worked? So he actually also north of the border have let him go and are now going after Lovenkrantz. So I guess in a weird way we could just sign their former referee, who is relatively similar. I mean, he's what, 8 points behind? 7? And he actually has more popularity. That's really strange. Anyway, we'll have a look through the rest of them as well. So Dwight Kumas, only a C+. I kind of want a B-. Erin Lawrence. See, she's young, fairly young. I feel like we could probably get her in and she might actually develop. Only 700 per show as well. We'll come back to her. We'll come back. Jay Flair. It's also a 73. Slightly more expensive than Alan Gray. Jez, I mean, he's probably not going to improve and he's only a C+. Michael Bull. 74. Pee-wee, Jermaine. Usually I feel like he actually gets better than what he is currently. Alright, so I think it's... Actually, let's just go out and search for nothing. So I want to see if there's any, like, young referees around. Who's this guy? Royce Grieg. 62C. He's also only 29. Yeah, so there's no real sort of young referees apart from Erin Lawrence. I think we're just... Yeah, let's just go with Alan Gray. I feel like it needs to be done. Alright, so he's only going to want 940, so that's not too bad. That's only a little increase. Hopefully he will improve as well. At least a little bit, that'd be nice. Alright, so let's check the popularity. Now I said it was at, what, 25.4 from the last show. And as you can see, we've only gained 0.1. We're at a 25.5 now. So that's what I'm talking about when I talk about the wrestling industry. We're gaining such a minuscule amount of popularity for every show that we do, which is why I think we should change the format. And that's why I was leaning towards, personally, just doing 2 shows, 1 in each region. Will gain, 0.1 popularity for each show. And in turn, well, we're not going to be losing money either. We'll probably actually make money from our Mid-South show. So it's an interesting one. Anyway, we've got a pay rise request here from Austin. So we'll give him $296. That seems like a lot. That definitely seems like a lot. Anyway. Alright, so Alan Gray. We also have another pay rise request as well. It's one from Cobra. Which is fair enough. He's only actually being paid $485. And I mean, realistically, he's actually improved a lot, so I think he deserves it. Alright, so let's get Alan Gray as our referee. Where is old mate? Kurt Lovenkrantz. Let's change you to a personality, because you're not going to be a referee anymore. Sorry, bud, but you go sign your little contract with North of the Border. And you leave us alone. I'm fine with our wrestlers leaving. I'm just not fine with my referees that I've put faith into. Let's be real. He was a nobody. We developed in with the company. He's grown into a much better worker. And now he's leaving us. Okay, so... Alright, we got some more meddling to do for Harbin and Floris. And it's backfired again. Okay, so the two tag team partners, the two young Canadians, stable members, now hate each other. They literally have a hatred. And I mean, I don't want to be a dick, but I mean, Floris has more upside. Way more upside than Harbin does. Even though he's our champion, but as you can see, he's got a lot more upside, man. A lot more. Anyway. Let's, we need to be running southwest. We're going to continue to run, at least for the end of this year. So make sure you let me know, because we're going to have one more episode, which is going to be the end of the world event. And then it's also going to be the end of year roll. Plus, I'm going to have a little look around the rest of the Seaverse. See who's champion of what company. See what levels the companies are at. Some might have dropped down a cult. Some might be national. Some companies might be gone. They might be extinct. And yeah, we're going to have a look at a few people, a few workers. I want to have a look at Black Canvas Grappling, of course. I want to say we were really, really close to getting that job. But at the same time, I don't know if we were. And I have to say, that might have changed the entire series. Because I feel like it would have been a lot easier to get cult with a Japanese company, like BCG, that is really established. And has some real top talent, like Funakoshi. Anyway. Let us see. So let's just start booking, I guess. So we're going to get Primus in the main event again. Maybe... I don't want to put Scythe against him yet. I feel like it's too early. Let's go Austin Smooth. That could actually be a pretty good match. Have they even versed each other? I don't even think they've versed each other. Okay, they have. I already did this in Uprising. Last month. Okay. Maybe we won't do that. Let's do a tag match for the main event instead. And let's go Mobstar and Primus. And they can actually take on Double Trouble. That sounds a little bit better. We'll give the victory to Primus. Sonny can lose. Alright, there we go. Grab a match for Kyler. Let's put him against... Let's put him against Thrill Seeker. Of course, they've been linking up a little bit as tag team partners recently. We're going to give Kyler the victory because Thrill Seeker, I think, is a mid-carder, lower mid-carder. Yeah, mid-carder. But I think he was lower. I think I might have changed that, so I will do that. I then want a match for Senmatsu, his debut. And he can take on Silvestre sounds pretty good. Send Matsu to get the victory. Good match, okay. Because Silvestre has really good selling, so hopefully that'll help him out. Actually, we probably want to make him a mid-carder. I know he's coming in really hot, but he's got the menace, so I want to take advantage of it, and it will boost him up a bit quicker. And then finally, let's go with another tag match. Let's go with tag champs, the Suffering, and they can take on Sons of Tomorrow. They haven't been featured this episode. And we'll give Felipe the victory because Felipe is absolutely incredible. Non-title. That can go there. And we'll book our angles. So let's go with Primus. I don't think we'll rate Mobstar. So let's just go Menace for Primus. Mobstar can be in the angle, but his Menace will probably drag the rating down a little bit. Let's go with a Kyla Adams angle as well. Non-scripted. Because he actually put a really good rating in I think the last episode or the episode before that. And then finally we'll go Senmatsu. Menace. There we go. We've got some big boys in the company at the moment. We've got Senmatsu, who's big. We've got Samael. We've got Primus Allen, obviously. We've got Scythe. Who else is relatively big? Is Delay big? I think Delay's relatively big. Yeah, he's a heavyweight. Interesting. Okay. So we also want to set up the stable. Because basically this opening promo is his debut. And he's announcing that he's going to restore Pride. Get it? Pride. Wink, wink. That's going to be the stable name. He's going to restore Pride back to the Japanese wrestling scene in America. He feels like it's been overlooked and disrespected for too long, and he's basically bringing his belts with him. So he's got the 2 title belts, brings them both down to the ring with him here tonight, one over each shoulder, and you can say that he's accompanied. Should I put them in? Let's put him in, actually. Let's put him in the angle. So, we've got Giryu Kato and Kyuchi Matsumoto. Both not rated. Does that need to be scripted or not? I don't know. Whatever. So yeah, they're going to be in the angle with him, because it makes a little bit more sense than I guess. And we'll make our stable. So, add stable. It's going to be Pride in capital letters, as you can see there. Stable added. So in Pride, it's going to be Senmatsu, Giryu, and then Kyuchi Matsumoto. Obviously, we have room to either add or reduce members. And don't forget, we also have another Japanese wrestler on the roster, but he's going to be leaving us, so probably won't be any involvement. Okay, so that's pretty good. And we have Pride. New stable, new Japanese stable, which I really do like. Okay, so let's check generic venue. Let's run the show. Starting off with a 62C. Don't forget, he has F popularity. F. Okay, we start off, debuts his bully gimmick. Senmatsu gets an initial rating of great. As you can see, he's going to be a bully. That's his gimmick. He's the leader of Pride, and he's basically bullying these younger, sort of quote-unquote losers that are disrespecting the pride of Japan over here in the United States. pretty good. And he's going to whip them up into shape and get them to be a formidable tag team, singles wrestlers as well. We then go into his match, which gets a 38D-. We have Minomitsu Senmatsu defeating Silvestre Bernier in 8:31 by pinfall with a super smash lariat. Of course, if you remember Gideo Kato's finisher, it's a lariat. So basically, Senmatsu's a more aggressive version of Gideo Kato. I really like it though. We then go into a 55C-. We have the Suffering defeating the Sons of Tomorrow in 10:26 when Felipe defeated Bret Heartbreak by pinfall with a Caballero drop. No improvements. We then go into a 71C+ freestyle, non-scripted angle from Kyle Adams. It's pretty good, but I kind of expected a little bit better. His match gets a 61C. We have Kyle Adams defeating Thrill Seeker in 10:05 by pinfall with a K-trigger. 60 in ring there for Kyler. We then go into an 85B+ menace angle from the Long Beach Mafia. Of course, Primus Allen and Mobstar together. And the main event gets a 69C+. I think that was the same as last show's. That's not too bad. Primus Allen and Mobstar defeating Double Trouble in 1954 when Primus Allen defeated Sunny Wildside by pinfall with a running power slam. We also have Mobstar improving in technical skills as well. And the show, we get a 55C- there, so 2 points better than the last show, but again, sort of the Primus Allen effect. Yeah, good show nonetheless. And of course, a good debut there from Senmatsu as well. Alright, so with that, let's just keep going forward. We're not going to see many popularity increases, so it is what it is. Like I said, up until we decide to try and advance a lot faster, either through 6 months, we could do it for a year, and really get into things. Alright, let's do some more meddling. Arbin and Flores, come on boys. No effect, okay. And of course we'll keep going in the southwest. I mean, we may as well. Economy's up to a 2. And of course the economy will rise at the same time as the wrestling industry eventually starts to recover. So the economy will be relatively high. It's going to be about, what, 30, maybe 30 points above? So that's not too bad. Although, then again, with a good economy and us running... I mean, if we get a good economy, we could actually run 9 shows in the Mid-South, or like 8 shows in the Mid-South with 1 in the Southwest to sort of maintain popularity. And by doing that, we'd make so much money. So that could be another... I didn't even think about that strategy until right now. After the 6 months of doing just the 2 shows per month. Could be a very interesting strategy. Yeah. Alright, so with this show, let's go Ernest Youngman. And he's going to take on Felipe Caballero in the main event. Bit of a random one, but Felipe's really been impressing me lately. Let's also pre-book in our other title match. So it's going to be let's go a 2-on-2 tables match. Just, something a bit different. And of course, it's going to be the Suffering taking on Long Beach Mafia 3. I like it. Tables match. Of course, they are the #1 contenders after beating Devil's Disciples, so that works. We then want to do a 3-on-3 match. We're going to do Senmatsu and Full Force, so Pride, are going to be taking on the Young Canadians. So Silvestre and the Yards. I think that's a pretty cool match. We're going to give Senmatsu the victory again. And we will script it as well. Chuck that up there. What else do we need? Need a Kyler match. So, let's go with Darren Winner, and he can take on Kyler. Just a nice, easy 8-minute match. Kyler to get the victory. And hopefully stay injury-free. Because what is Darren's safety? It's only a 48D+. Okay, that's scaring me a little bit. Maybe we shouldn't do that match. Actually, let's protect Kyler. Oh, keep it simple. That's what we want to do. So Darren to keep it simple so he doesn't cause a botch. That's what I want. All right, perfect. And then finally we'll do a tag team match. Let's go with the Silent Accusers taking on... They can take on Ralph and Kid Fantastic. And we'll give Samael the victory. Nice and easy. I do feel like we need maybe a couple more jobbers. So that might be something we actually look at doing in the future. Anyway, we need an Ernest Youngman promo. It's non-scripted. It seems like they're kind of working a little bit better. We then want another angle for Senmatsu. We'll chuck Giryu in there as well as Kyuchi Matsumoto. Perfect. Let's swap those two around, and then I want to have Kyler do an angle as well. Just want to see if he can pull a B-, non-scripted. I think he hit a bit. I'm pretty sure he hit a B or a B+ recently. So yeah. Anyway, let's run the show. There we go. 77B starting off the show with Kyler Adams. Apparently he worked the crowd well, using the freedom to improvise. That's good. Pretty happy with that. His match gets a 47D. We have Kyler Adams defeating Darren Winner in 8:09 by pinfall with a K-trigger. We then go into a 41D, so a couple of bad matches, but we are using jobbers, so that's fine. We have Silent Accusers defeating Ralph Liotta and Kid Fantastic in 9:39, when Samael defeated Ralph by pinfall with a Poison of God. We also have Hush improving in Rumble skills. We then go into another 64C Menace angle from Pride. This match also pretty bad, getting a 45D. We have Pride defeating Young Canadians in 9:43 when Senmatsu defeated Silvestre Bernier by pinfall with a Super Smash Lariat. No improvements, unfortunately. Senmatsu is getting better though. Getting better. We then go to a bad. Maybe we will script his promos. A 57 C minus. And as you can see, he was very poor when trying to improvise dialogue. That's not great. And the main event does pretty well, actually. 71 C+. That's actually a couple of points better than our recent main events. We have Ernest Youngman defeating Felipe Caballero in 1950 by pinfall with the hit. Good stuff. And the show? Oh, so close. 52 D+, 1 point away from that C-. Alright, so I think let's book one more show. Alright, Gideon's still unhappy with his booking. Interesting. Okay, actually let's add Senmatsu to the storyline. There we go. And let's advance. We want to do no, I don't think. Yeah. Let's do one more show, because that'll leave us one pre-show to do for the next episode before the end of the world big show. So before the season finale. And of course, in that next episode, like I said, we have the end of year roll to do on camera, and then we're also going to take a look around the Seaverse, see what's happened with these first 2 years. And please make sure you leave a comment with your suggestion on what you think the game plan should be, or if you maybe agree with my idea of just doing 2 shows. Oh wow, 2 shows per month, one in the Mid-South, one in the Southwest, to sort of just tick our popularity over. Interesting. I guess Remo Richardson's contract's running out. Kurt Lovenkrantz is gone, so bye-bye. Oh wow. I've never seen this guy debut before in Australia. He's really good though. Really good menace, entertainment skills as well, and star quality is pretty ridiculous. If you got his charisma up, he could probably be like a really good figurehead for APW. 6'10" as well. And he's so cheap, wow. I mean, he's really, really bad, don't get me wrong. But he would be a really good option, I would feel. Anyway, I think APW might be a company I do with TEW 2020, do a series with them at some stage. I've had Australian saves before, like personal saves, but I've never really gotten past a year with them. Usually I do APW or DIW. APW is easy because you can get a pay-per-view deal pretty much straight away. Anyway, let's run this last show. We're getting very close to the hour. Okay. Wrestlers Court, Ernest Youngman improving his behavior. Perfect. We need to do some more meddling for Carbon and Flores. Come on, boys, please. No effect. Okay. That sucks. Southwest. Book our main event. We're going to go with... Let's go with... Yeah, let's do this. To show dominance, let's go with Primus Allen and Long Beach Mafia 3. And they can actually take on... Do I want them to take on Ernest right now? Yeah, let's do it. Let's do it to end the episode. Make it a bit special. So they're going to take on Ernest Youngman and the Suffering. Of course, Primus taking on Ernest, and Long Beach Mafia 3 taking on the Suffering. Kind of blending in the 2 storylines we've got going on at the moment, or for the titles anyway. I do want Primus to win though. He can pin Seth. There we go. Perfect. Then we want a Kyler match. So let's go with... who can we use? Let's go Senmatsu and Kyler. This is more just to test chemistry more than anything. Would help if I could find him. And they can take on the yards. That's fine. We'll go 9 with that. We'll give the victory to Senmatsu. Alright, it's pretty good. We'll grab a couple of singles matches. Go Rob Reynolds, and he can take on El Mitico. Haven't really used El Mitico this episode. Should be a good match, though. Chuck that one up there to start the show. And we need one more match. Let's do a number one contenders match for the open weight title. So American Elemental 2. And we want only mid-carders as well. Kiryu Kato. And finally... Sunny Wildside, I think. That's a good match. And of course, because it's a number one contenders match, we are going to leave it blank. I think they can actually call. Yeah, number one contenders match for the open weight title, which is 100% random outcome mid-card title. Basically letting the game decide who our champion and number one contenders as well are going to be. Basically who the game thinks I should be pushing. There we go. Let's book our angles. Let's just go Primus. We'll have Mobstar and Buster Cap in there as well. Not rated though. Then we want to have... Let's do Kyler and Senmatsu. They can have an angle together as well. We may as well just see what's possible. Be pretty cool if they actually had positive chemistry together. And then finally we'll reduce this match by 1 minute. And I think we'll give El Mitico an angle as well. Now he's got really good entertainment stats, so we could probably... Let's try not scripting him. That's filter. Let's give this a try. I think he could probably do it better than Ernest, I would say. Save that. Generic. And let's run the final show of the episode. Alright, so we start off with a 62C for El Mitico's angle. His match against Rob getting a 59C. We have El Mitico Jr. defeating Rob Reynolds in 8:31 by pinfall with a Northern Light suplex. No improvements. Going into a 66C+, we have Kyle Adams and Senmatsu in a promo together. Their match gets a 51D+. We have Kyle Adams and Minamitsu Senmatsu defeating the Yards in 8:35 when Senmatsu defeated Floris Bouchard by pinfall with a Super Smash Lariat. A few worker improvements, both Floris and Harbin. So both the Yards are improving in performance skills. Happy with that. We then go into our number one contenders match, getting a 54C- for the open weight title. And we have Kiryu Kato defeating American Elemental 2 and Sunny Wildside in 10:02 when Kiryu defeated American Elemental 2 by pinfall with a lariat, and Kiryu Kato was the weak link. Interesting. So basically, that's kind of ruined my plan. I didn't expect him to win. Let me be honest and say that. But you could say that's the Pride effect coming into play. But again, I wanted to use Pride in a stable 6-man tag match. Interesting. Yeah. think what we'll do is open weight title is going to be the first show of next episode. So Gideon Katoya will be taking on Harbin Girard for the title. If he wins, then he's not going to defend the title and instead going to do what I wanted with the stable war with his stable pride. If he loses and Harbin retains, I think I want to do a 6-man ladder match for the open weight title and see what happens. I think that could be pretty cool. All depends on the start of next episode, so we'll have to wait and see. Anyway, moving on to an 84B+. We've got Primus. Well, we have the Long Beach Mafia with an angle here. Of course, Primus rated on Menace. And the main event, getting us a 75B- there. Really good. Although we've got an injury, which is really bad. Yeah, anyway, we have Long Beach Mafia defeating Ernest Youngman and the Suffering in 2007. When Primus defeated Seth Whitehead by pinfall with a running power slam. 81 in-ring performance from Primus Allen. But unfortunately, Mobstar picking up a broken jaw. I'm going to assume that was probably a botch. We also have Mobstar once again improving in technical skills. I think that's like 3 in a row. Pretty crazy. Anyway, let's end the show. Don't think it was a botch. It didn't say anything about a botched move there, so hopefully not. But yeah, 57 C-. So again, tying our best rated show for this episode. So that's pretty cool. But I think we hopefully will be able to beat it at the end of the world in our next episode. Let's just advance here and we'll wrap the episode up. Alright, check our email. Let's just double check his injury. So he's currently working through the broken jaw, so we could actually use him in that title match. We can just protect him. So he has like a limited involvement. Which is I think what we're going to have to do. And we might actually just make it a 10-minute match instead. That's fine, 10-minute table match. Limited involvement for him. It'll be fine. Anyways, that is going to wrap the episode up, guys. Please, again, make sure you let me know down below in the comments section what you think I should do for the progress or future progress of the series. Also, don't forget to smash the like button if you haven't already. Subscribe to the channel if you're not a subscriber. Turn on the notification bell because, again, we're only at about 6.4% of my subscribers having the bell on. So please make sure you do that and it will notify you when these episodes do come out. Apart from that, guys, as always, take it easy and I hope you enjoy the end of Stat Screen.